on this. Oh yeah, and now it's with absolute certainty that I say what I said. I wasn't sure a second ago, but now, look at all the unburnt leaves. Charcoal. Whatever was here, burnt to a crisp. You can still see the circular shape of the remaining pieces, like this one, even though it won't focus. So there's a pile of charcoal here with unburnt leaves all around it, literally like circling it here, under a tree that otherwise didn't burn. You say, well, maybe someone dumped it there. Well, I know what I'm looking at, and I know that wasn't the case. I know that a tree burned all by itself to a pile of charcoal there and left this one untouched here. That is something that is unknowable in the paradigm that most people live within, where fire doesn't do that. These aren't fires. This is electromagnetic frequencies coming from below the ground up through the root system. That's when you can understand what you're looking at. Here it is from the other side. Just give you another look at it, because it is kind of unbelievable. It's like, what the hell happened here? Does the guy empty out his fireplace? Why would he empty out his fireplace with hot coals out here in the dry leaves right beneath this tree? He does not empty out his fire pit and bring the ashes right out here into his front yard and drop them in a pile. Okay? But your mind will want to play tricks on you and try and explain it in some other way. But once you come to the conclusion of what's really happening here, it's all real easily explained, because the pattern repeats over and over and over. And once you lock your mind onto what's going on, you can see the more subtle signs when trees are flopped over seemingly for no reason right at center mass. Talk more about that later. Okay, maybe not. Check this out. There's your pile. Here is your directed energy weapon evidence and how it uses the underground cable. Look how burned it is at the bottom. Melted this plastic that's just plastic right here. Down there, it's totally melted. And it burned the line all the way up the post, clear to the top. Now, people around here, I don't know how many of them know what happened and what didn't, but it's real easy to make a strategical strike like on Conrad Ranch and threaten them when no one in the area even knows we had a fire, because there were so many last summer that just kind of mixed in with all the others. And if you notice the electrical box here, I've found 3 different places: Spanish Fork, an offshoot of Spanish Fork, just the opposite direction of Diamond Fork, and now Provo, and I think I've found a place right in downtown Park City. Park City proper, not downtown. I need my snowshoes to get 100 feet off the side of the road, and I'm going to take you and show you one where they dropped it right in Park City. Now that's leverage. You tell someone you don't want to sell, huh? Okay, you don't want to sell? All right. You don't believe me? I got the power, I got the pull, I'll make it happen. Okay, when this happens, they sell. They sell at whatever price you offer, because they know if they don't, there is no other option. Someone holds all the cards here, and it ain't you and me. So what I'm able to see back here, I'm not sure if you can even see it because of the lighting, so I'll just come back later with a light or something. But anyway, you can see that line, the burn line here, unburned on the left, burned on the right, and then it starts again. Back here there's another burn line. Maybe there's another cable runs up the outside, but what it seems, the cable that runs up the outside on this side of the pole is what caused the burning on this side of the pole. See what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna move down the road and I'll come back later, because I'm sure there's other things that'll take me by surprise too. And I'm not sure how well the lighting's even able to see anything up there, but it does go clear to the top. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the EMF fire signatures of these directed energy weapons, plasma powered. Solar plasma is what they use to charge up their laser, their fiber optic laser, like the Athena laser weapon built by Lockheed Martin. Using these solar simulators, which redirect the solar sun, they can either turn off the lights in your area or crank it up and use it as a weapon, or let you have sunlight and live in peace. As I've said before, firepower, when there's a differential between those who know how to start fire and those who don't, you can threaten your neighbors. I'll either warm your village and light your houses or burn down your whole neighborhood. So I can cook your food and light and warm your houses or burn down your neighborhood. It's up to you. You decide. But then when the neighboring tribe also knows how to build fire, you can no longer threaten them. There is the inherent power in the knowledge of how to build fire, but there is a huge differential, a power leveraging force multiplier when you have the knowledge and the others do not. That's why we need to get this knowledge out so we can no longer be threatened. That's why Trump's firing up the directed energy weapons, saying we would rather split this planet right in two than be a collared slave species. That's what's happening. Get the word out. So we're gonna go from here right up into the trees behind it and then do this other pole. The trees behind it bear all the same resemblances. And I'll just leave it running instead of jump cutting. Scorched everywhere, completely burnt, but all the unburnt leaves everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Okay? Every tree in there. You'll see they're more burnt on the top side. This one here, burnt on the right, unburnt on the left. The line that goes straight up the tree differentiates the burn from the right and left, and you can see that it's clearly more burned on the right. And they're only burned up about 20 feet high, and there's unburnt leaves everywhere. Watch how this one is burnt on the left and not the right. As I pull back and look all the way up, it's burnt on the left and not the right. And you know what else is over there? The telephone pole. And all of these trees are burnt the same. The unburnt leaves and the unburnt wood right next to the highly burnt wood. You can even see some rock shattered right there. That's another signature of the directed energy weapons. It vibrates rocks apart.